Hey, this is me building a business in public and answering your guys' questions every day about how I'm doing it. So let's jump into this first comment here. Thanks for giving me some time. You have a lot of knowledge, bro. Can you solve some questions like, can you sell a pen? What do you do to sell it? Honestly, Jeremy Lee Minor has a good YouTube short about this exactly, but really, it's about it's a little bit of a gimmick, the sell me this pen thing. You want to take it away and just dive into a conversation about why they're there in the first place and what their actual needs are. Then, as you ask probing questions about their needs, maybe about writing or how much writing they do in a day, you can discover kind of what pain they're going through, what's stopping them from, I guess, doing it to its fullest capability. And then you can introduce your solution as whatever pen you're trying to sell. So it's less trying to shove a pen down somebody's throat, being super combative off the start, and more identifying pain points if they really need a pen. And if they do need a pen, then you can go ahead and present your offer for them. Another good thing to look at as far as sales training and sales psychology is a bunch of Alex Ramosey's videos. It goes over the closer framework, which is a sales framework, CLOSER. That'd be clarify why they're there, label them with a problem to be like, you don't have anything to write, overview past experiences, which is like what they did in the past to try and solve it, kind of dig up that pain. S is sell them the vacation. So that means you're selling them on what life will be like with the pen, not the experience of them having to go to the store, test out a bunch of different pens, and doing the actual work. You want to sell them the outcome, not the journey to get there. E is explain away all their concerns. That is where you overcome any objections they have. So about the pen, it's like, well, what if I need to write in blue ink instead of black ink, and or whatever other objections they could have about a pen. Maybe they want a gel pen and yours isn't gel. Then you would explain why you really don't want a gel pen. Gel pens are great for XYZ, but what this pen does is ABC, something like that. So that's explain away their concerns, and then E at the end is reinforce their decision to buy. So after they buy, one of the most crucial pieces is reaffirming that decision to buy. And then that kind of bleeds into an onboarding process in some businesses. But it's like they sell the pen, and then maybe you give them an added bonus of a pencil that goes with it, or a notebook. Something to reinforce their decision to buy, accolades, shout outs, depends on the industry you're selling for. But yeah, so that's the closer framework. I just go to Alex Ramosey on YouTube, or Alex Ramosey Closer, and then I'll link that Jeremy Lee Minor short below this video if I can dig it up, and then you can check that out as well. All right, we got how do you handle data privacy and client issues? Honestly, the best way to do this would be to avoid industries where that is a big issue. So I would avoid medical or legal, just because it adds an unnecessary burden to you as you're starting out. Now, if you have a background in data privacy, and so it's not a big issue for you to kind of handle everything very carefully, then you can go for it. But what I would do is just pull up whatever AI service you're using, let's say ChatGPT, pull up their data privacy statement and just kind of run through it with them. Let them know what it is. Let them know that your data is that you will not be sharing their data with anyone. It'll be, maybe you could say it's even being held in the system for 30 days and then deleted. That's another way to handle it. But honestly, this isn't a huge thing that comes up, at least in my experience on sales calls. But if it does, I would point them to basically the industry standards as far as like what OpenAI, which is ChatGPT, and Google Gemini and Anthropic's Claude models, just how they handle data privacy, and let them know that that's what the standard is. How much money can you make from an AI agency? I've seen agencies scale up to 120K a month. I am sure there are agencies that have gone beyond that and just don't publicize it on the internet. But yeah, and honestly, the term AI agency is pretty loose in general. You can do a lot of things and kind of throw yourself in that bucket. Um, but you can make enough money to where money doesn't matter for you. So that's the short answer. And then we have, why do people link sexuality to capability? You don't have to be gay to build an AI agency. Maybe he's talking about Sam Altman. Yeah, this is talking about the video from yesterday where somebody asked if I was LGBT and if you could make a gay only AI agency. I said, no, I'm not, but you could totally go down to that niche. If you want a deeper explanation about that, you can watch yesterday's video. Yeah, I don't really get why people link sexuality to capability. In my eyes, I just kind of view things as merit based, which is I take a look at the work you've done and the type of person that you are outside of things that don't impact your ability to perform. Like sexuality doesn't. I've hired plenty of people. Sexuality doesn't play into the decision making framework at all. If you're gay, straight, bisexual, anything, anything in the world, all I care about is one, who you are as a person, like the type of person you are, meaning, do you have a similar worldview to me as far as like providing value first, being sincere with coworkers, making sure that you're not like holding grudges, you're able to be upfront with people, being competitively great in the field. Like all those are the things that matter as like the bar to get in. And then take a look at the performance, which is basically just the work that they've done in the past. So do they match up on what I consider to be my core values? And then do they have the portfolio of work behind them that proves that they can do the job that they came in to do? Anything outside of that, at least as I'm thinking through things right now, doesn't matter. So I don't understand why people get so hyper fixated on stuff like that, but I guess it's just human nature to try and like create groups within things, if that makes sense. All right, so that is all the comments for today. We're going to spend 2 seconds looking at my personal brand growth, and then we're going to jump into the business strategy. So let's jump over here to the dashboard. We're at 71 subs. Let's update the spreadsheet. Got June 29th, 71, 1.43% growth. Not too bad. My upload time is going to be a little funky these next couple of days, just because I have family coming into town. We're going on a big trip, and so you might see some of these with like no screen share, just me and my face holding my phone. But yeah, so yeah, only 15 hours, but we gained a sub from it. Not too bad. And now let's jump into the business strategy, which is what I did today. Tweaking more ads, just like I've been talking about the last couple of days. I've been diving deeper into what core skills I need to build as a business owner, which I want to improve my copywriting. I want to improve my media buying, which is basically running ads. I want to improve my one-to-one sales. And then I want to increase my rate of execution. So those are like the big four. Rate of execution, meaning how long does it take between when I think something is a good idea and when I actually take action on it. I think I'm pretty good, but I could move faster. I think that is something that's holding me back. Marketing, I'm by no means a world-class copywriter, so that could always be improved. Media buying, there are still plenty of things that I don't know, even though I am pretty proficient in like local business, B2C, meta ads, targeting and marketing. There's a whole vast world outside of that that could use improvement. Like in the B2B space, I'd say I am above average, maybe 80th percentile, but I would really like to bump myself up. 80% is pretty, that might be inaccurate. I might be far below that, but I think I'm pretty good, but I could always be better. And then one-to-one sales. Sometimes I just find myself getting caught up with objections, and I don't like that. So just reviewing my sales calls, having those answers kind of preloaded. So if somebody says an objection, I can kind of filter it in my mind into the objection overcome without having to hum and haw and maybe say the wrong thing. So that's what I'll be working on this week. It's a bit more loose just because I have that family trip. I won't really be able to do a whole lot of deep work unless I wake up super early, so I'll try to get that done. But yeah, that's what I'm doing for most of this week, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.